Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna make this video a little bit more short today just because of the time and stuff, but today was really interesting. It was day 3 and it was really a day of the bitch voice. I heard a lot of my bitch voice just yelling at me and just wanting to quit, wanting to stop. When I was biking in the cold where I bike around here in my house, gets really frigid because I'm right by a canyon, so the air drafts just come on through, and I typically bike against the wind when it happens, and it took me a while to get up and to get out of there, and just I noticed throughout the day with everything that I was doing, it was like, do you really need to do this, or just trying to slow down? And I did everything. I'm good. I didn't fail or anything like that, which I'm very proud of, but at the same time, it was really a day of acknowledgement, and to be honest, I'm grateful for it because it helps me with recognizing that I can accomplish this and we can get it done, and it doesn't matter how many times it's going to try to stop you if you can recognize it. So recognize it, get it out of the way, get other people's voices out of the way, and just execute. Execute, execute, execute. That's the top thing. You know what you have to do. You know what dead wood needs to be burned off, and for me, it was really part of that, and just not giving into that voice because it knows what it wants to say. It knows the best version of manipulation. It's that whole idea of like, you know yourself the best, and so you're going to know the best excuses to tell yourself when you don't want to do something. And having that consciousness about it, being aware about it, is very key and very important. And I didn't think I'd be dealing with it that hard already at the beginning. Typically, in the past, I've noticed where you're on this like rise and you think you're doing good, and then maybe at like day 8 or so, it starts coming and you feel more of a plateau. But I started noticing it already, and that was really interesting. But if I'm dealing with it already so early, then I'm not going to let it stop me, and I'm just going to crush it sooner. That's the way to think of it, you know? It's tough. There's a lot of things going on in my life right now, and a lot of it I'm very grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for today, and I'm grateful for that bitch voice because it showed what I can really do and how I can really just, I don't have to listen to that. But at the same time, there is a lot going on, and I'm excited for this because I know this is where the real growth is going to happen, and it's just going to be crazy. Like, the level of execution and the steps that I'm going to be taking over these past months, either with this channel or within my own life, just with everything, it's going to change. These are going to be the months that change and set up myself for the rest of my life, and I know that, and I know the vital importance of it. And so it's just going back to execute. Even if you don't want to, you have to execute. You have to execute on the things that you know you need to do. Excuse me. Just execute. That's all I really. Excuse me. That's really all I gotta say. That's really all I gotta say today. Is just keep executing. Stop listening to the voices all the time when you know what you have to do. Execute, execute, execute. And if you do that, you're never gonna really fail. You might have a setback. You might have a moment of ponder, just like I did. But really, though, if you just keep executing, you're not really failing. Even if you don't do well at something, even if you do fail at this thing, if you just execute right after, then it doesn't even matter. It's just part of the process. Really get comfortable with that idea. That's something that I'm really trying to do, and something I think a lot of men need to get used to these days, because that's what this channel is about. This channel is about self-growth, and I haven't really explained my mission on the channel yet, and I think I'm going to do its own video for that. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into that, and I don't want this just to be like any other self-help channel that's out there. I really want this to make a change, kind of like on what other people are doing, but in my own way. So, like with the shirt, leveling up from the roommates, they're the best. They're one of the coolest people that I've ever been able to listen to, and just their clarity on things and how they're a lot more balanced in how they talk about stuff compared to other people out there. And so we have a big goal, and I'm really excited for it, and I really can't wait to see on how things do take off. I mean, this is not even the beginning. This isn't even day one. This is prepping for what's really going to take place. And I know it's just going to be fucking fantastic. Like, when I think about it, I just know what's really going to be happening. There's a lot of shit that's going to happen in the world before that, but I'm excited for it at the same time, even though I feel very underprepared for it. I'm excited because we need it. We need this great reset. We need this great awakening is more of what I think of it. And it's going to really put people in their place. It's going to put me in my place, and it's going to run us through the dirt, but we need that as a people. And if you're part of this journey and you're wanting to do the same, recognize that something is definitely coming. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but something's definitely coming. Be aware of it. Try to do your own research on what you can. That's something I'm trying to really learn right now, because people tell you all the time to do your own research, but then how do you do your own research, in a sense? How do you actually figure out and are able to decipher right from wrong, truth from not truth, opinion versus truth? Different things to really consider. And if you guys have any advice on it, I'd love it. Just put it down in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe and like this video if you find it helpful, or if you want to see more content. I'm going to be posting again every single day. We're on day 3 of 75 hard, so we got 72 days more to go, and even then I'm just, of course, going to keep posting, but this is the start. And I know probably less than 100 people are going to see this video, even years down the line, but it's cool because, again, going back into the taking action, that's what I'm doing. I've been really fearful of this. I've been really scared, and I've been very self-conscious for a lot of different reasons on it, and that's why I decided just to do it, because this isn't the setup I wanted. I wanted to have a more elaborate setup. I wanted it to look more professional and manly and creative and all this other shit, but at the end of the day, you know, that can come when it's supposed to, but you just gotta grab your phone and you just gotta start recording. At the end of the day, that's what you gotta do. So I'm excited to see how the channel changes and how it grows, but at the same time, I'm also excited that I'm just even doing this, because it takes some fucking courage. Even though everyone puts themselves on the internet now, like, to be in a place where you're trying to be humble and you're trying to be self-critiquing and openly exposing yourself to that and letting other people be able to critique you back on it, it can be a very humbling experience. And while I haven't experienced it myself because of how new the channel is, I know when it happens, I'm going to be very grateful for it. So leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next